All right, this is Brother Aisha Yard coming back at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned is true from. Honors to all of you brothers and elders out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And salutations to all you Aquath out there that's listening and learning. Today, I just wanted to do a response video to a video that was called, I believe, Beneficial Tribulations. The Elder Malcolm, he reposted it on his YouTube channel, and it was from another brother from the GMS branch in Chicago. I forget what his name is, but pretty much it was a really good video. It was a really good video. He basically was talking about how tribulation will uplift you, how that leads to hope, and how the patience leads to hope, and the hope leads into experience. There you go. Because basically these hard times that we're going through, the things that we're going through within his flesh, whether it's something big or something small, it brings you down a lot. These demons always get on you to the point where, they try to pull you away from this truth, or you just grieve a lot, you're upset and everything like that. But like the brother said in the video, this is light. He said, this is not something, it's not hardcore slavery. He said, you back then, you blink at an Edomite and they'll try to kill you right there on spot. It's like, man, this is really light right now. And I remember talking to my woman, because once this COVID and everything started happening, everybody was out panicking and, buying all the tissue, buying all the meat, and buying pretty much everything in the store, because people was just so afraid that fast, And after a while, I told her, I'm like, man, it's calm outside. You still walk outside, ain't nothing really going on and nothing like that. Everybody's still living the way that they are and everything. And so I was like, he's right. It's light out here, man, And even though we're in the weakest state ever as far as being a man and a woman goes because of this flesh, it's still a lot of things that you can get through, because we do have our own space, our own time, so to speak, to do what we want to do and everything. So basically, we just got to make sure that we don't let these demons and let this flesh overcome us at the end, because that's all we have, man. We just have these scriptures, and we can't let small things bring us down. So I just wanted to bring out a couple of scriptures as well, and let's get right into it. Let's just get right into it. Let me get Job. Job 36:15, it says, he delivereth the poor in his affliction, and openeth their ears in oppression. Right. He's going to deliver us in our affliction, man, because we're going through a lot right now, and we're definitely about to go through a lot that's coming up. There's a lot of things that's happening, and it's funny because I woke up this morning and I woke up to a text from my mother saying that my father's in a rehab center because he has multiple sclerosis. And so they sent him through a test because they said he was having behavior problems or something like that, and he was throwing himself out of the bed, which I really don't understand, because he has rails on his bed and he can't move. So somebody over there lying, and now she woke up. I woke up to a text today saying that pretty much everybody in that rehab center is being tested for COVID, and they're doing some wild things over there. That's another thing that's, waking up to, being grievous to, being afflicted with, things like this, man. Over here making sure that hopefully they don't do anything to my father, It's just little small situations like this, man, where you just be like, man, fuck Esau, man. He want to just hurry up and bring this shit down, man. You know? But times like this is gonna bring you back to the scriptures, because that's the first thing it did for me. Hey, saying fuck Esau reminded me of the scriptures, you know? So, he delivereth the poor in his affliction and openeth their ears in oppression. Right. Excuse me, Salakia. Now let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Yeah, because this is fire. He's going to try us. Well, maybe I should read a verse up. It says, for my name's sake will I defer my anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. In the furnace of affliction. You know? Gets hot in this flesh, man. You know? And a lot of things that we go through, it's you know, like I said, it can pull you down. But the more things that you go through, man, that's the more that you have experience with, and that's the more hope you have, you know? Because once you keep following the Most High, you keep seeking Him, you know, that builds your faith up, it builds your spirit up. And then when certain situations happen, you know, now you have a mindset of how to tackle that situation, you know? You don't panic like the rest of these people did when the COVID started happening. Or small things like, you know, for my father, you know, first thing I do is, you know, I pray. Hopefully the Most High looks after him, you know, for his health and everything, you know. And then you keep it moving, you know. It brings you down, makes you feel like you don't want to do anything, but you keep it moving. And then, you know, you move on to the next thing. And pretty much don't let the affliction get you down. Let the affliction lift you up. Okay? We're going to stick in the same book. We're just going to go to 25. I started at 1. It said, O Lord, thou art my power. I will exalt thee. I will praise thy name, for thou hast done wonderful things. Thy counsels of old are faithfulness and truth. For thou hast made of a city an heap, of a defenced city a ruin, a palace of strangers to be no city, it shall never be built. Therefore shall the strong people glorify thee, the city of the terrible nations shall fear thee. For thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat, when the blast of the terrible ones is as a storm against the wall. Thou shalt bring down the noise of strangers as the heat in a dry place. Even the heat with the shadow of a cloud, the branch of the terrible one shall be brought low. Exactly. The Most High is going to look after us in our distress. I'm going to read verse 4 again, because that was the point. For thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat, when the blast of the terrible ones is as a storm against the wall. Exactly. You know, our backs are always against the wall. Jacob's back's always against the wall, man. We have nowhere to move in this society, you know? And we are in distress. We are in the heat. We are in the biggest storm ever. And we are the poor. We are the poor. We are at the very bottom, man. We see it all the time. We see it all the time. We starting to see the curses reverse. But at the same time, we're still at the bottom. We're not out of Esau's system. So situations happen to you, man. Just remember, hey, it's supposed to be like this, you know, because we're not worthy of anything. You know, we went off against the Most High so many times. So many times. We don't even, like a brother said, we don't even deserve the kingdom. But the Most High is the power of his word. You know, he said he was still going to give us the kingdom, but these things need to happen first. This is our ultimate punishment. You know, it's our ultimate punishment. And after this punishment, there will be no more tears. So we just have to remember that. And we just have to make sure that we make the first trip out of here, you know. We don't want to, like I said, we don't want to be in a second. We don't want to come back when everything already started. Okay? So let's get Psalms 109. Psalms 109 and 22. It says, "For I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. I am gone like the shadow when it declineth. I am tossed up and down as the locust. My knees are weak through fasting, and my flesh faileth of fatness." My flesh faileth of fatness. Now, you look up that word fatness, it mentions oil. And if you read Matthew, I believe it's 25, Yahweh Shai speaks about that oil. You know, we got to make sure we have that oil in us to keep moving all the way until the end. Keep that oil in us all the way until we receive death, if that's meant for you. Even if you're, like it says right here, even if your flesh faileth of fatness, even if your knees are weak through fasting, you know. That's another thing, to build your spirit up, to build your experience, to give you hope, praying, fasting, doing those things every week if you can, Those things are going to build your spirit up so then you can have hope. You can have experience. It's going to be a tribulation. It's going to be difficult, but you can do it though, because the Most High gave you that knowledge, that wisdom, that spirit, that drive to do these things for the elect's sake, at least, So you just got to keep that in the back of your mind, and hey, nothing else matters. That's always being in your back of your mind. Nothing else matters but this truth. The flesh should not bring you down. The flesh will try, but you got to keep it moving. Hey, even, it's like walking through water. You can't run fast or walk fast through water. You only can do that when you're on dry land. But hey, you still able to move though. So you got to make sure you remember that and keep it moving, even if it's difficult. Okay. So I'm gonna get two more. I'm gonna get 2nd Esdras. I think I started 17. 2nd Esdras 7 and 17. Then answered I and said, O Lord, thou bearest rule. Thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. Exactly. We suffer straight things. It's kind of like the back to the wall thing, When we walk forward, it's like, man, we walking with one hand right here, another hand right here, and we just gotta keep it moving, But we're hoping for the wide things, because the Most High said He was gonna give us all things, right? Hey, all things can't fit in a small room, It's gonna be in a wide space. It's gonna be everywhere, And that's what we're hoping for, the wide thing. But we're walking through a straight line, which means that it's difficult to move. It's difficult to move. It's difficult to live on this side, man. It really is. Especially, you don't know what the Most High put you through the next day and the next day and the next day, next minute. You got to deal with things at your job. You got to deal with things with your woman or your family or whatever the case may be. Deal with things with yourself. The scriptures say examine yourself. And it says that because even like the flesh will make you go off at times, And that can bring you down. But, at the same time, you just, you learn from it. And that's the point. You learn from it. Learn from it. And don't be bitter about it, man. And you learn from it and build yourself. Because these hard times, like I said, it's gonna, Lord willing, get you out of here. So let me get the last one. Psalms 31 and 23. All right. It says, O love the Lord Yahweh, all ye his saints, for the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. Exactly. Kind. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. Be of good courage. Have a clear mind. Be sober. Realize what's happening. Don't buck up against everything all the time. Don't be angry. You could be angry at Esau and these 2/3. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't be angry against rebuke. Don't be angry at small things. Certain things, man. You can just let go. It might make you mad a little bit, but you be like, this ain't even worth the time. That's where that experience comes from. Be like, hey, I've been there, done that. I don't have the energy for it. And that's a good thing, because that's teaching you to move forward. So that's basically what I just like I said, I just want to put my 2 cents in, because like I said, that was a very edifying video the brother did. And pretty much, man, that's what we have to do, man. We just have to keep it moving, and once we do that, once we build ourselves, build our mind, our spirits, our heart, we'll make it out of here, Lord willing. So with that, I want to say, call halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'kakwadash. Double honors the apostles of Great Millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honors to all of you brothers and elders out here pushing the truth through the 4 corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. Salutations and shalom to the Akwath that's listening and learning. And Lord willing, I'll be back at you with another lesson. Shalom.